Love y'all, boys. Love you. Love you. I go to war with every single one of you every fucking game, all right? Love you, 1-7. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Win.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have me douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 It's showtime.
Welcome to Friday Night Lights on the Mafia Sports Report channel. I am Tommy, and next to me is my main man, Mr. Mikey, also known as the Apex Man, and he has had a very long week, but he made it. He made it, and that's what counts.
7 minutes before showtime. I made it.
Yeah, you did. But you're here. I'm here. And we actually were 1 minute late, so sue us, all right?
Well, the reason we were late is we were talking about a new game that we're going to pull out for the chat this season on our preview show, and it's going to be a little bit of fun. So
yes,
we'll get the rules.
Yeah, we'll get into that midway through the show. So when the chat builds up, when more people start to join in on the chat, start to click in to the live stream, they'll understand what we're talking about. So, but it is going to be a fun game. We're going to play a regular season game, and there's a gift card involved for $100. So just be ready. But anyways, that's Mikey, talk to us.
Right. I just want to be right.
I know you just want to win, no matter what. You just want to win.
Yes.
You just want to win.
So, Tommy, we're in the dead period, brother. You know,
I know.
There's not a lot going on out there. You know,
I'm telling you, man. I wanted up getting a new show in the daytime, Tommy's Lunch Break podcast, because there's nothing to talk about. And I'm like, you know what? I want to give the Mafia something different than just a regular repeat, right? Rinse and repeat Buffalo Bills talk that everyone's kind of doing, just kind of fishing for things, and I don't want to do that. I want to do something different. So if you haven't watched it, by the way, anyone that's in the chat, Tommy's Lunch Break podcast. By the way, I think I'm going to switch that to Fridays moving forward at 1 o'clock. It's just easier for me.
One day?
Oh, yeah, I could do fucking 5 shows in one day if I really wanted to, but you know. But it's not Buffalo Bills talk. So for me, yeah, I can. But I'm thinking about it, man. But anyways, yeah, join that. Watch that, guys, for me if you just want to change the pace from Buffalo Bills football talk.
So did you see Keon Coleman has a signature shoe?
I heard about it. Nike, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it but I kind of read briefly.
I was surprised to hear that he has a signature shoe.
Right, considering he was a second-round pick, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of first-round picks don't. It's his personality, dude.
I was just about to tell you.
He's a character.
He's a character, and he has upside. Like the truth is, you could be the biggest character guy. I'm sure there's a lot of other characters that don't have the upside as he is. They're not getting shoe deals. But no, it makes sense. He's a character, and he has a lot of upside, and he's playing for the Buffalo Bills. Let's be real. If he was playing anywhere else, I don't know. Anywhere else meaning, a bad organization, the Bears, somewhere where they're building. They don't really, he's
outside of those elite Super Bowl
quarterbacks,
where they
contenders and exactly. So I think coming to Buffalo helped him a lot. It put more spotlight on Keon Coleman, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I'm really interested for this season because of all the new weapons we have and the fact that we don't have that elite weapon out of wide receiver anymore. You know, Stephon.
Yeah.
By the way, before we get to this other one, I did not realize this. Stephon got hurt.
No, I didn't hear about that.
I didn't hear about that either.
Yeah,
I haven't really followed him much though since he left.
I haven't either. I
wish him the best of luck wherever he's at, but you know, at the end of the day, I don't really care. You know, you're not Bill anymore. You know, I hope you do well, except when you play Buffalo.
Exactly.
That's kind of how I always feel about, you know.
I haven't heard. I haven't really heard much NFL news, to be honest with you, because of the NBA draft.
Kelce news. A lot of Travis Kelce.
I haven't. What's going on with Kelce? Talk to me.
You know, he's spending time over in Europe with his girlfriend.
Ooh.
You know, jumping on the stage and shit.
See, he's enjoying the concerts with her. Okay.
Well, not he's part of the concerts now.
Oh, is he? He's dancing and stuff.
Yeah,
nice. Okay,
you know, I'm like, good for him.
Teach his own.
You know?
Yeah, teach his own. Yeah. Maybe Josh Allen will be in a movie with his girlfriend soon.
Maybe. You know,
Josh Allen
did go to a wedding. You know,
he did. Yeah, I heard about that.
You know, seemed to have a good time. You know,
yeah,
good for him. Kyle Allen got married. Our old backup. Good for Kyle.
Okay.
You know,
he didn't have one pass last year, by the way.
Yeah, when he did, he came in 6 games and didn't throw a pass. Didn't my hand off in the blowouts.
That's terrible, but that's great. It's great. Like that's what we want. We want to always hear about that
because we're winning so big that you got to just come in and just hand the ball off.
Right, exactly.
So, what's your thoughts on this rumors of Bosa?
Well, we talked about it a week ago when I kind of heard that floating around there. Now, is it floating back? Is it getting heavy or no?
Yeah, it's still out there.
It's still out there. Okay. Once again, yes, hell yes. If they could get that deal done, if Brandon Beane could somehow make that happen, it's a game changer. It is a game changer. Like, we were excited when we got Vaughn. I mean, and I love Vaughn. But this is a younger player. Yes, he's dealt with some injuries, but man, when healthy, and he's still young, if he could, stay healthy moving forward, he's a beast.
It's not Nick Bosa. Joey. So he's like, I think he's like 29.
He's not that old though. He's not Von Miller age. You know what I mean?
No, he's not 35. He's like in his. I think he's late 20s.
He still has
couple years,
a good couple, 2-3 years, where he can cause some serious havoc in the backfield. And he's a leader. He's. I would love him on this team, no doubt. And I think Sean McDermott would love him being on this roster. The things that guy can do on the field, and not only that, he can help everyone next to on the defensive line. So, and then he's with Von Miller at the same time. So it's like, wow,
and then you have Group.
That's what I'm saying. And you got Group.
And AJ.
Right. Now we're talking. Now we're getting to quarterbacks and we're getting home finally. Right. We're not just getting quarterback pressures. We're actually making plays. And not only that, when he gets to the quarterback, boy, he lays the boom, boy. He is no joke
it's keeping him healthy is the key thing, because the last few years he's been battling injuries.
Absolutely. That's my concern.
Healthy.
Yeah. That's the only concern with Joey Bosa.
But it's probably why you can get him for what they were floating out there is due to one, his contract, 2, the injury history over the last couple of years.
Right.
Jason comes in and says Diggs actually got hurt on an exercise bike. He fell off.
Like a Peloton or something? Jeez, how you do that?
I don't know. That's what it is. What's going on, Dallas? How you doing? It's been a minute, Dallas. I know. Welcome back, brother.
Hey, Dallas. What up, man?
Nick's the better Bosa, but Nick's also not going anywhere. He's stuck in San Francisco. So Joey would be the one that we would have the shot at. But Nick is the better Bosa. He
is, but I don't know if he's by a lot. I mean, when Joey was healthy coming out, he was Joey. But I get it. Nick is good, but man, Joey's a freak too.
Nick's on the Watt, Garrett, Nick Bosa tier.
Yeah.
Joey's on that next tier.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Which is still
because I also think Max Crosby's hitting that elite tier as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I think Joey's that next tier down, which is still a double-digit sack guy.
Absolutely,
they're just not the defensive player of the year conversations.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm with you, McKay. I'm with 1,000 with you. I love Nick Bosa. I'm also live in California, so I see all his games.
Yeah. He's a beast.
He's a monster.
No, he's
They double and triple him every game, and he still gets sacks.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's a stud. No doubt about it.
Yeah, Crosby's in that defensive player of the year combo too. Crosby, man, that guy. Talk about a guy who just figured it out. Because he's not that freak athlete. He's just a guy with a motor and knows all the technique.
Yep.
That will be there for a long time. Mid-round pick that hit. It's what you hope for when you draft guys like we drafted Solomon, mid-rounds this year.
Yeah, you never know what we're. By the way,
Crosby kind of that type of, that's where he was drafted in those mid-rounds, and you just hope he hits and becomes that.
And that's another great point. I'm glad you brought up Solomon, because if we did, let's say if it happened, which, by the way, guys, it's anytime there's a rumor, it's usually just that. It's not going to happen when it comes to this team for some reason. But if it did, man, Solomon would benefit big time. Now you got Von Miller, Joey Bosa. You got some guys that can really help this dude.
If Joey
and put the pressure off him too.
Solomon doesn't make the team.
No, I know that, but his growth, Solomon's not 100% ready yet, in my opinion, as far as he's not totally built yet. For run block, he still has stuff to learn as far as what things to improve on is what I'm saying, right? Yeah. His run defense isn't the best. His pass defense, very good in college, but his run defense not so great, right? And also he can learn a little bit still on his on getting to the quarterback a little bit better from those guys, techniques. So I'm just saying it puts a little bit less pressure on him as well his first year or two. And I don't think he would get a lot of playing time his first year anyways, even without a Joey Bosa.
Yeah.
Solomon. You know what I mean?
I don't think
if Von's healthy.
Yeah. I don't think he makes the roster if Joey Bosa's here. I don't think they find a way to keep him.
Ooh.
He hits practice squad and someone scoops him up and he's
gone. I don't know about that. I'd have
to
see.
How many DNs you keeping? You would have Bosa, you would have Miller, you would have Groot, you have AJ, and then you have Smoot and those guys.
Man, Solomon, I don't know if they put him on the practice squad, bro. But I get where you're going. I get where you're going with that.
You only keep so many guys, so
yeah, I get it.
Roy, I'm with you on this, to an extent, but we wouldn't be overspending. If he came here, we would be trading a mid-round pick, and he would have to redo his contract because we don't have a ton of money. So they would have to find a way to fit him in. It wouldn't be on an overpay. It would be that they restructure his contract to meet what we could pay. So I'd be okay with it.
Yep.
Yeah. Sven comes and says most likely he gets.
Oh, absolutely.
So adding Bosa
absolutely.
Oh no, adding Bosa does not help Solomon at all. I think Solomon's best shot is if we leave our DN room the way it is today, because I think he fights for that DN 4.
Yeah. I like I said, I don't see it happening anyways. I just don't. I don't. Yeah. Very rare. He just doesn't. Bean doesn't do those kind of trades.
Hard to fit his contract.
And just doesn't do. He just doesn't trade often for players. It's just not what he does. It's rare, man.
He really doesn't.
Yeah.
No, okay, there isn't an extra game this season. It's still 17 games this year. They are talking about the 18th game right now, and I have a feeling it'll be here in the next few seasons, but as of right now, it's still just 17. Yeah. When does camp open? When do we report? We report July.
I think the end of July, like July 26th, I think. Let me see here.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now. Bills.
I think the rookies report the 25th. The veterans, the 26th, I think.
All right, so the team will report to camp on July 23rd.
23rd and 24th.
Yep.
Because the rookies report one day before the veterans report.
Yep.
First padded practice at 26th, I think, or something like that.
Usually a couple days after.
Yep. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
So go ahead with that, and I'll tell you what's on tap tonight.
Yeah, they need to. They would need to restructure his contract before he comes to Buffalo because he has and his cap is huge, so that he would have to really get creative with it. But that's why I don't think it will happen.
No, I don't think so either. They'd have to really. Bean would have to really maneuver a lot and get in, and then also redo his contract. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he's set right now. I got to be honest with you. I mean, look, he hasn't even signed anyone. We were talking about June 1st when we had the money freed up, and nothing has happened. Nothing.
I think he wants to keep that money for in-season.
I do too. I do too. I think he's holding it for injuries. Meaning, if there's a camp injury, he goes out and gets somebody, like a major, like something bad happens in a preseason game. All right, I can go, this guy's still available. I'll go get this guy. Or maybe somebody's underachieving in camp or in preseason, right? Let's say Kair's not doing it. Let's just say, I know I'm throwing a name out there. But I'm just throwing anyone. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Anybody. Hurt, injury, or a player that's just not, just having a bad camp, really bad camp, let's just say hypothetically, and they're just concerned about that position group. Then maybe he goes out. But right now, I don't see him spending any money. Like, I don't see him signing anyone anytime soon. It just doesn't seem that way.
Here's a question. First, let's hit this one. You have to have the money to pay the current contract before you can redo the contract. That's why we wouldn't redo the contract. It would be redone by the Chargers, who would then redo it and then trade him. So to make it work. Yeah, that's how they usually do those type of trades and how they get him over there. Spin asks, who are we getting that's making an impact? The only one that I can think of that really makes an impact is Simmons.
Yeah.
Justin Simmons is still sitting out there. He's an all-pro safety.
Yeah.
He's the only one that would actually be, because there's no corner that's walking in. Like, there's some really good corners sitting out there, but none of them are walking in and taking, Douglas or
Howard. It's still interesting to me, though.
Howard's
interesting.
Gilmore,
yeah, he's interesting. Gilmore too, but I don't think Gilmore. For some reason, correct. I don't see, like, former Bills players that kind of had a bad exit or traded away. They're not coming back. Like, that's super rare, and I don't see it happening. So if you could just scratch that right off, I would be shocked.
A handful of really good corners still sitting out there, but they're coming in as CB3 at best. They're not. They're looking for a starting job.
That's true. That is true. You're right.
Is only one. Why is Simmons still available? I think it's due to money. He wanted more money than people are willing to pay, so he's waiting his turn to see if someone gets hurt and someone's willing to pay him. I think. I have a feeling by preseason game 1 or 2. If no one's gotten hurt and he hasn't gotten his money, he's gonna just hop on a contenders team. Or maybe he just continues to wait it out. Maybe he feels like I know my worth and I'm not willing to play for less. I don't know.
Yeah, he's doing the OBJ thing, just waiting around so a team gets injury, desperate, have to pay him. I mean, it's possible.
OBJ, it worked for OBJ. He got paid out there.
Absolutely.
He got like $18 million. He's getting paid for like 5 more seasons too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, why bring your price down before camp hits? Also, he's a veteran, so if he doesn't have to be in camp for a while, he ain't complaining. Yeah, I have a feeling. I have a feeling he signs right around the time everyone breaks camp.
That makes sense. Yep.
So he doesn't have to do that. But he's going to a new team that's going to have to learn a new defense. So I'll be interested to see how that plays out too.
Yep. Mikey, tonight, I do got some things, even though, I don't have a lot on tap, but Bills Wire has their 2024 Bills 53-man roster projection, post minicamp. So on offense. So we're going to go through that tonight. Okay. We're going to see what they chose. It's going to be interesting to see their 53. And then, also, ESPN did an article on giving the grades out to the defense of the Buffalo Bills this year. So that will also be interesting as well. So they're ranked. ESPN ranked each Bills position group ahead of the 2024 NFL season. So we can see the rankings of each.
We're going to have a ton of low-ass rankings because everyone's crapping on us this year.
Oh, yeah. And this is just defense. Offense isn't out yet. We'll probably do offense next week. So, that's just a couple things I got on tap. So
I like it.
Yep.
Let's jump into Dallas's question here. It says, should we be concerned about Tyler Bass going into the season? Yes.
Until he gets it right.
Yes.
So right.
I mean, he was missing 30-yarders in practice the other day.
Yeah. When nobody coming at him, just
missing them. And
that's unacceptable.
We can't get out of this deal.
Yeah.
Like until next year. Like
the Lions winded up signing that guy, by the way. I think.
The
UFL guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh man, I liked him. Dude's clutch. There's been a couple UFL kickers the last couple of years that that got picked up. Dallas's kicker, who was money, came out of the UFL.
I just can't believe we're sitting here talking about how Bass is bad when just a couple of years ago,
but he's always had these problems. They've always popped up.
I get it.
He was just always clutch.
Yeah, I just don't know if we were all like. I think this year, he really upsets a lot of fans last year because he had a bad season. Let's be real, he had a bad season. He missed very important kicks down in important games. Cost us
the Eagles game.
Yeah,
he cost us a few games.
Yeah, so he has to. Man, I don't know. He has to prove
the Denver game as well because he missed a couple kicks in the Denver game.
Absolutely, yeah. He has to have a bounce back season for me to gain that trust. He has to have a clutch moment or two because it's going to happen this season where we're going to need him. It's going to be an important kick, and let's see if because if he misses important kicks again this year, then Bean has to.
He's always
got to move on.
He's always missed random kicks, but he's always made the important ones up until last year. And then he missed it. He'll kick the ball out of bounds on a kickoff or miss the extra point just randomly. And it's like the stupid stuff that when it doesn't matter, he missed.
That is true. Pulling him. Yeah.
But in the playoffs, when Pittsburgh started to make their comeback, was because he had one blocked and he missed.
I couldn't believe that. I was so pissed about that, by the way.
I know. I'm just saying. It's like down the stretch, it got worse.
Right. It did. It did. It's like he lost his confidence too. At the same time,
when the Eagles came back was because of a block kick, that changed the momentum of those games.
Yeah.
It's just,
yeah.
And I don't know. All of a sudden, he gets blocked all the freaking time. Get the ball up. Yeah, it's not that hard.
Yep. Yeah, he has to figure it out. I don't want to hear about the holding situation anymore. That's just an excuse now. Sam Martin did a fine job the year before. Nobody complained that year about Sam Martin. All of a sudden, Sam Martin is the problem. It's Tyler Bass.
Sam Martin's a problem, but not
yeah, he's a problem at punting the football. Right now, holding the football, he does that just fine. Right, but you are right. Punting. That's another problem too. We have kicking problems now. What is going on here?
Is that the special teams? We got rid of our special teams coach, and then all of a sudden we're having these problems.
You're right. Yeah.
And McDermott changed the special teams coordinator again. He kept it.
Garbage. Yeah, I was so mad about that.
Dorsey lost his job for them having 12 men on the field. That's not why he lost his job, but he was the scapegoat at the end of that game. Why not get rid of the guy who sucks? You know, the special teams coordinator who's hot garbage.
Yeah.
I also saw something this week that I forgot about. Gabe Davis went to the Jags.
Yeah,
that's where Chad Hall's at.
Yeah.
He went back to his old,
old receiver coach. Yeah, which could
Gabe
benefit him.
Yeah, because Gabe wasn't nearly as good once Chad Hall left.
That is true, and also if you notice too, Diggs kind of started going, away, like maybe this is not the place for me now. Things started. I'm telling you guys, when you dial it back and really step back and look at the Buffalo Bills, when we started losing coaches like that, when we lost, what's his name? The offense coordinator, Dable went to the Giants, and then Chad Hall left for the same job, basically, for Jacksonville and other coach. You could kind of see there's a little bit problems brewing in Buffalo at that time. And then you have the Diggs situation. Everything started to unfold a little bit, even though we were still winning. Yeah, we were still winning, but things were starting to crack, I would say, right? Slowly.
After 13 seconds.
Yeah. Yep. I'll give credit to McDermott for, I guess, gluing the cracks, right? Because he had the piece come out, right? The Tyler Dunn thing, the injuries. the coaches going. Like, he did have, like, a lot was going on there. I'll give him that. But there was definitely something in his coaching style that other coaches on his, they just weren't seeing eye to eye. There's something going on there, clearly, because Dable and him hate each other. Like, you know that, right? They do not like each other. Yeah. And I don't think Chad Hall has the same respect for McDermott either. We have never heard that, but I didn't hear shit about Chad Hall saying
anything. He just left.
Right, and it's right. Said nothing. Didn't say. I want to thank McDermott for giving me nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Right. So I'm just saying, I don't know if it's all great under McDermott. So I hope that McDermott has learned from some of this with the new coaches that he brought in. I will see, because you don't want that, because that's when players start to rebel, because certain players like love Leslie Frazier, for instance. Certain players love Chad Hall, right? Like, and Brian Dable, like, they grew like these relationships with him. And also, too, I got to say, when Ken Dorsey left, too, or got fired, maybe that was the straw that broke the camel's back, like with Diggs, because I think Diggs liked Ken Dorsey. And when Dorsey left, that's what I'm saying. And then when he left, right, then it was not the Diggs show anymore. Yeah, bro. So I don't know. We'll see what happens now, but.
Yeah, so we'll see. Jason Goodman says, Mikey dodging the NFL, talking about allowing teams to possibly use more different alternative uniforms. I just don't give a shit about the uniforms. I'm not dodging the question. Like,
I didn't see the question in there. Sorry.
Yeah, he had it up top talking about wearing the red helmet. I'd love for them to bring back the red helmet, but the Bills, for whatever reason, refuse to give the fans what the fuck they want.
Yeah. I will say this on the uniform thing. Like, I'm with Mikey. Like, it's whatever. Like, it's football's football. Like, the uniform's not going to make a difference on how we play or win or whatever. But, come on, man, Buffalo Bills. Like, dude, get a little creative. You know what I mean? Like, every team is kind of doing some throwback uniforms, doing this, like, changing it. It's okay. Like, you don't have to be traditional all the time. Like, we're sticking with, like, just, like, it's okay to be a little creative.
90s uniform.
And it's weird because they got a creative, like, the PR team or whatever, the team that puts out the videos and stuff, like, they're, you would think they're having, like, even their videos are quirky and weird. So it's okay. Like, if you're going to do that, it's all right to bring something unique or different. But yes, the red helmets, that's not even crazy, by the way, Mikey. That's not like, oh my God, that's so different. We've had it before.
Just bring, like, you see all these ones bringing out these new ones. Like, I love the winter ones that the Vikings have. All whites. Those are sick.
Oh, dude, very nice.
The Eagles have had a really cool one. I think the Lions had a cool one that came out.
Yeah.
But the Bills just don't do that shit.
You know what we did? We changed the mask to white. The
face mask to white.
Yeah. Ooh.
we just don't do it. Like, I would love to see the 90s uniforms come back, the red, the classic.
Oh, absolutely. What was wrong with that?
Blue.
Right, nothing wrong with that. That was great.
I would love to see it.
Yeah.
But give me the red helmet. I don't even give a shit what the rest of the uniform looks like. Give me the old school red helmet. That's what I want to see.
Very simple. Unless the NFL's not, for some odd reason, not allowing it. Because I know the NFL has to approve, but I don't see why they want to.
They just added a third. You can have a third, alternate uniform. They allowed you to have like a third helmet.
Right. I don't get it.
Because the Bills, they're white with the new Buffalo. They have the standing Buffalo for the two that we always had.
Right.
They just introduced you can have a third one. Like, why not bring back the red one?
Yeah. Yeah. Very simple. And fans would just be like, all right, I'm cool with it.
Give me the 90. Give me the Jim Kelly era Buffalo helmets.
Yeah, that's it. Just do a throwback. Give us that. Throwback 90s Super Bowl team uniforms, man.
Yep. Amy comes in and says, by the way, hasn't Kansas City lost three players this offseason from criminal activity? Well, they haven't lost. They've only lost one. Two others are in trouble. They only cut the defensive tackle.
Yeah,
because it was domestic.
and abuse of animals, which
that was the first one, and they didn't cut him. It wasn't until the other thing happened that they actually cut him.
Oh, to cut his ass right there, boy. You hurt an animal. No, in my book, boy. You're lucky I'm not GM.
Right? Like, listen, animals do nothing but love you.
Yeah, dude. You're hurting an animal.
Mistreat animals.
I want to know you're sicko in my locker room.
Right?
Get out of here, pal.
You want to crash your car and be dumb, fine. Right. Don't you hurt animals.
Right. Yeah, exactly. My number one rule, bro. I never forgave Michael Vick, by the way. Never.
There's three different ones, Ben, that they're allowing now. Like they introduced them because you can wear the red helmets with today's jerseys and it'll be fine too. So why
couldn't you wear the red with the color rush red? I mean, I don't get that. Of course you could. That'd be so dope. What's wrong with that?
All red.
Like, I would be totally up.
You have the all red and the all white.
Oh, dude, that would be sick. Are you kidding me, bro? That would, bro.
Why not? Here's your 3 helmets: an all red, an all white, and an all blue.
Yeah, I'm good with it. Absolutely. We'll see.
Yeah, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. I don't like. I gave up wanting them to do something different. They're not going to. So I gave up wanting them to sign more people. They're not going to. We win more games wearing blue over white. Yeah. Okay.
You know what I was thinking? No, not even thinking. I was talking.
Do we win? Do we win wearing blue over white more?
I think so. But I could be wrong.
The one I hate.
That's a great stat. I gotta look.
The only one I hate is the white top and the blue pants. I hate that look.
What was that? In the 2000s, the mid 2000s?
No.
Or whatever?
Like, are you?
Oh, now? Oh, okay.
They have the white helmet with the white top and the blue pants. On the road. I hate that look.
Oh yeah.
I hate that look so much.
You know what jerseys were way better than these Nike jerseys? By the way, I thought Reebok, because I was talking to a buddy of mine the other day. Reebok on-field jerseys, the mid 2000 ones, were so much better quality. Yeah. They fit so much better too. Like, you can get a 54, 56, and it was a little big, but it was perfect. These Nike jerseys are so tight, bro.
But
they're so thin. They're so cheap. They're just, bro. But those Reebok jerseys are great, dude. So anytime I see one on eBay, bro, like cheap, like, because they're not expensive, $30, $40, you can find them. Dude, I hop on it right away if I have the money, for sure. Because some of the classic people on there, I've gotten the Molds one, Peerless Price, but dude, those jerseys were really nice.
The old Reebok hats were awesome too.
Yeah. Yep.
Spence says, I think there's some rule that restricts helmets that's different than uniform. They changed that rule this year, Spence. Go take a look. They changed the rule, and that's why everyone started coming out with the new ones. Should be red, white, and blue. Yep. Who hurts animals? God, what is his name? What was his name? The Chiefs guy.
The guy for the Chiefs. Freaking scumbag. I don't know his name.
I can't think of
it. Also, Mike Vick
tackle.
did, for sure. Yeah, defensive tackle.
Defensive tackle. It's one of those things. All right, you want to hop into your thing?
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it. We'll start with this ad that's popping up here. It's 2024 Bills 53-man roster. Should I blow this thing up, by the way?
Yeah, let's blow it up a little bit.
Okay, all right, let's do it. So let me.
There we go. That's better.
Get it. All right.
That's better.
All right, here we go. So you can see it. Quarterback.
That's a little big.
That's a little big. All right, you're gonna see Josh Allen's ass right there.
I'm good. I don't need to see that Josh Allen's ass that big. All right, I'm good.
I think the ladies in here might want to. I don't know.
I don't know. He's gone all. I hope he cuts his hair before he comes back out and plays again, because he's got that long Hollywood hair again.
Oh, does he? Oh no, he did terrible when he had hair for some reason.
Cut your damn hair, Josh.
Oh my God! So there you go. Right. Any surprise there?
No, none whatsoever. It's Allen and Trubisky and Michelle's their practice squad.
Oh, Michelle, sorry, buddy, you don't make the 53.
Oh, Joshy.
According to Bill's Wire. All right, running backs. Here we go.
Here we go. So we're gonna have Cook, Ray Davis, Ty Johnson, Cutts, Evans, and Franco Jr. And I think Jr. ends up on our practice squad.
All right, so far you're agreeing with Bill's Wire here.
Yep. Yeah.
So far, so good. Okay, I'm with you on that as well.
If Ty Johnson looks anything like he looked last year, yes.
Okay. All right, fullback, we agree. Reggie Gilliam makes the team.
Yep.
All right.
Because he's not just a fullback. He's also a H-back that can play tight end, and he's like a key to our special teams.
Now, this is the interesting one. Here we go.
Wide receivers. Here we go.
So let's see what Bills Wire has for the receiving group.
6 receivers.
6, and here we go.
Coleman, Shakir, Samuel, MVS, Hollins, Claypool. I think they nailed it.
I think so too.
Those are the only one that might sneak in there if they have a 7th
is Hamler, right?
KJ.
You're going with him. Yep.
Also, don't underestimate Xavier Johnson. The dude's play behind elite OSU players, and whenever he got on the field, he made the catch. He just didn't get on the field because he was always behind first-round picks.
I honestly don't know too much about him. I'll have to kind of dig into his film.
He came up with some really clutch catches in college football playoffs. And for OSU, well, like when they needed it, he was a guy that they went to. He just was always behind, the Olaves and the Harrisons and the Wilsons and go on like wide receiver over there at OSU.
Gotcha.
Brian Hartline's pushing them through. But I do like the KJ Handler thing. I do think
I definitely think he's an interesting he could make the team.
Hey, go back up.
Tight ends.
Go back up.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
If they were going to keep 6 and KJ makes it, who here doesn't make it? Do you think?
Oh, you're saying if KJ like swap KJ with somebody
for one of those guys who doesn't make it?
MVS.
That's funny that you said that because that's who I was thinking. For some reason he just doesn't make the team.
You know why? And I'll tell you why. I think I get that he's won the Super Bowls, blah blah blah, and he comes up clutch. But that's all he does is come up clutch and kind of in the playoffs. He drops a shit ton of passes. Drop percentage is terrible, and I think that's one thing. Brandon Beane went into this draft and free agency, except for him, going, we need to get our dropper. We need to get receivers that have good hands. Like we need to and that's one guy that doesn't. Like he has terrible hands.
Not only that, but he had 25 catches for 350 yards last year. 25 catches all year.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not.
He just popped up on SF1, Colin's show, and they showed his stats from last year. He had 25 catches all year long. Like, he's no lock to make this team.
That's what I'm saying. It's nothing. And let's be honest with you. And Hamler is I believe he's faster, one, and I think you could do a little bit more with Hamler. You could be still the deep guy, like the deep threat, and you could keep him for special teams at the same time. You know what I mean? Like MVS wouldn't be. Maybe they would. I don't think so though. Use him as a kick returner. You could keep Hamler, and use him as special teams as well for punt return or kick return.
Yeah.
So now you know what I mean. So like. I don't know.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of bingo they play or chess they play with the roster this year. What kind of roster chess that they're playing this year? Because they don't have those guys. Like also they drafted the Hardy kid, who is a backup nickel that could be the punt returner.
Yeah.
And then if that's the case, Ty Johnson has proven that he can return kicks. So has Shakir. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't know. Here's the deal with Shakir, though, now. Because I see Shakir going into a direction as maybe the number one for now until Keon Coleman gets established. I don't know. I wouldn't feel comfortable with Shakir now returning kicks anymore. You get what I mean? Because he's going to be a bit, for me, he's going to be a big part of the offense. I wouldn't risk it if you have a guy like Hamler. I'm just throwing that out there.
I don't.
You know what I mean? I never liked that. Now you could. By the way, Keon Coleman returns kick in college too, and he wasn't bad. Yeah, and he wasn't bad. So now, once again, you want your first pick to have
also new kickoff rules. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out too. Roy comes in and says over 2 million dead if MVS is cut. I've watched them eat 5 million on a tight end.
Yeah.
That 2 million doesn't mean nothing. If he's not cutting the mustard, they'll tell him,
absolutely.
kick rocks. I don't think
returned.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say, who returned kicks as well as rookie year? Eric Moulds, because he didn't get in. He didn't get on the field.
Stephon Diggs,
Andre Reed, and everything was there. Yeah,
Stephon Diggs did too.
Yeah, so certain guys. Yeah, so Keon Coleman could. I don't think they will, but Hamler is the guy. I think you're right. I think he can beat out MVS and
kick. And then I think they're going to figure. I think Ty Johnson's going to be our kickoff returner. And then I think they're going to figure out who's going to be our punt returner.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Jason says, what's the extent of Shakir's injury? He's fine. He's already come out. He's already returned to working out with Moulds.
Yeah, Banged Up Bills had like a video clip of him working out and said he looks like he's wearing still like the leg brace thing, but he's saying the sleeve, but he doesn't see any like bad movement, like or like him leaning on one side or
I think it was a bruise. I think they said it was a bruise, and they were just being super cautious with him, as there was no point in having him out there.
Absolutely, yeah.
Hope that Daquan Hardy wins the kick. Me too. I hope Hardy wins it too, because that dude's lightning quick.
He's very fast,
and he can play nickel. If something happens to Taron Johnson, we have an actual backup nickel. I would love for him to win that job.
Yeah, I'm with you on there too.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Sorry, I didn't
tight ends. No, you're good. You're good. I agree with this, obviously.
Oh, I don't think Quentin Morris is a lock at all.
He's been on the team for a while.
I understand that.
He's a team guy. Like, he does a lot. Does he play special teams? I want to say he does. Doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah. So
here's the thing.
I'm with you. It's not a lock, but I think he's a McDermott guy. Like, McDermott loves his certain players, especially guys that can play special teams. I'm just throwing that out there. I could be wrong, but I think he makes team. But go ahead.
I think that Davidson has a shot. Davidson got hurt in training camp last year and never got a true shot. I think he has a chance to push him for that third. Also, with the new 12 personnel settings, and that's going more to that, they may want to have a jumbo package with a true third tight end. Morris is small. He's a wide receiver. He's not really a blocker. So having and maybe that jumbo, maybe they keep Morris because they want the receiver type, and they bring in an extra offensive lineman, or maybe they want a true tight end. Right. So I just wouldn't call him a lock. The first two, absolutely. Okay. Morris, I don't think is a lock. I think Davidson has a shot at it.
Okay.
Let's see over here. I hope Clayton wins the kickoff. Why? Yeah. Put the offensive lineman back there, the former rugby offensive line player. Let him return kicks. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Tommy Mikey, do you think they could use Claypool in 12 personnel? I'm not going to take anything out of Brady's bag. Claypool's big enough. It's not just Claypool.
Absolutely.
Holland. They might use Hollins in 12 personnel too.
Right. He's
bring him
6'4", 6'5". He's a big dude.
And he's a good blocker.
Right.
Right. I would not take anything. I think they're going to mix and match and be different, and whatever the defense shows, we're going to be able to counter off of.
Mm-hmm.
Don't apologize, Mikey. Tommy didn't talk too much every moment, right?
I think that's it. Is it? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. No.
Okay.
All right. Offensive line. Last
offensive line.
9. They have
9 offensive linemen. All right. So we have Dawkins, McGovern, Edwards, Torrance, Brown, Collins, Vandermark, Anderson, Van Pran. Okay. So we cut Grable, Bills. We cut Clapp.
Bills. Bills is going.
Yeah. I think a few of these guys are going to end up on the practice squad. But we're keeping Alec Anderson over Will Clapp.
That's interesting. I mean, that's what they're saying. That is interesting.
I wouldn't hate that.
Yeah.
Alec Anderson has time on task, has gotten better every year. I would like to see him take that next step and be able to push Will Clapp. Although I don't think we cut Will Clapp, I think we trade Will Clapp, if that's the case.
Wow, that's an interesting
because that's what Bean does every year is he trades guys.
You're right. And offensive line teams are always willing to trade for an offensive lineman, especially a guy that's serviceable. Like Clapp can still play. He still could be on a depth as far as depth goes. Yeah, that's
I
that's
also
interesting.
don't think Collins is a lock by any means.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he makes a team. I mean, we'll see. I don't know if it's a definite lock, but
he's gonna have to prove that he's back.
Yeah, they still has it. Yeah, I got you.
You know, but it's you can't really take because they said, he struggled in OTAs. There's no pads on. You can't really get a gauge for an offensive lineman without pads.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, you just can't. They need to be able to, set and, if he's getting his ass kicked in camp over and over and over, then maybe okay. But I'm hoping that's what our line is, because that means Alec Anderson took another step. Vandermark took another step. Those young guys took more steps, and that'll only make our depth better. Doris Scott says the top 5 O-line next year. I think that's all going to depend on what Edwards gives us.
Yeah,
at left guard. If Edwards returns the form of what he was in the Super Bowl run, I think we could have a top 10 offensive line. Because I truly believe McGovern actually fits center better than he fits guard. He was he's not super powerful. He's more finesse. I think that it's a better center than it is guard.
That makes sense. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it all really falls on Edwards. I think that's the because man, if he doesn't work out or he gets hurt early, whatever, then we're playing musical chairs again at offensive line, and it could be not good.
Here's what I think happens. If that happens, he gets hurt. I truly believe they're gonna stick either Alec Anderson in there, Collins in there, or they're gonna go real weird and throw the rookie at center and move
and put McGovern back at
honestly like a long-term injury.
I think it depends how camp went if they did that. Like if they chose to put McGovern, if something bad happened, whatever, or Edwards is getting blown up, whatever, and that decision has to come. I think it would depend on how Van Pran did in preseason and camp preseason. If they felt comfortable, because if he was kind of struggling there a little bit, then no, you can't put him under center with Josh like that. The center is so important. So you would have to keep McGovern there, and then you would just put Collins or.
I'm not saying. I think Collins would get the first shot at it. I really do.
Yeah.
If something.
But if Van Pran has a solid camp.
Yeah.
And really putting
I'd love
giving
to see
McGovern
Van Pran at guard. I'd like to see Van Pran at guard and see what he can do. The dude's a monster in the middle.
Absolutely. Play for a very good college too, man. Against good competition. Wasn't like he.
Matter of fact, he was the center for our running back.
Absolutely,
when he was there.
Yep.
So I'd be interested to see how that plays out. It's going to be fun this year because we have all these new openings and new guys. They've turned over the roster. I'm excited about that. I'm Scott, Amy. I hope we have a top 5. That'd be amazing. He could be. Van Pran could be. I don't think Torrance was drafted. I don't think they had an idea that he was going to get a shot at the start. I don't know if Van Pran's going to have a shot at starting because they have McGovern at center and they have Edwards that they penciled in. They penciled Torrance in day one. He was fighting.
That's how I see it.
Yeah.
I don't like the way Torrance was last year. It almost was like, hey, we're this is going to be an open competition. They pretty much said that from the get go. He's going to have a shot to make, to get the starting spot over Bates. But they never, the way they're talking about McGovern at center is he's going to be the center. I don't hear well, he's going to have to earn it or
no.
Competition at camp. It sounds like that they got that.
Josh has said it. He's going to be the center. Josh has said it.
So
McGovern
that's why I don't see it happening.
Gone on TV and talked about it. That's my more comfortable position. That's my more natural position.
That's why I don't see it happening.
He signed here with the idea that he's going to play 1 year guard and then move to center.
Mm-hmm.
He knew he was the replacement for Morris when Morris left, whether it was 1 year or 2 years. He knew he would be moving back to center at some point. So, listen, I have all the faith in the world in Cromer. Whatever Cromer decides, I'm good with. That dude knows offensive line play.
Thank God we got him back in Buffalo, man.
Right?
He was good when he was good. when we had him here the first time around. Then he went into New Orleans and made them even better. Won really some good. like I think coach, offensive line coach of the year or something like that with them over there as well. Like that dude knows his stuff, man.
Went to LA, was really good with them too. Like he's just a really good offensive line coach.
That's what he does, man. Yeah.
That's his players. And after the years of OG Bobby Johnson, and I was glad to get Cromer back, a guy who knows what he's doing.
Correct.
Like I felt under Johnson, we never saw guys.
No, that guy was such a bum, man. I mean,
I don't want to say he was a bum. I will say we never saw.
He did not.
Yes.
Here's my problem with Johnson. You're right. He's not a bum. Anyone in the NFL at that level, coaching or playing, is not a bum. So you're right. I take that back. But he was not very good at offensive line coach. Like I didn't see any improvements really by players that came through here. I thought like he got rid of Quentin Spain, got Teller traded. Like he did some bad things, man.
Loved Feliciano. Loved him.
Yeah, lovely.
Because he came with them from Oakland.
Right. I mean, kept trying to get certain guy stuck with what's his name way too long. Cody Ford way too long. Couldn't figure out where to put him. I just never felt comfortable with him as I just never saw any improvement from the line. Matter of fact, we were terrible. Nothing was good. Matter of fact, Mikey, how many times did we play musical chairs on offensive line when he was
multiple times a year?
Yes, never.
Multiple times a year.
It was bad. It was really, really bad. I don't think he had an eye for talent.
We kept yelling for Ryan Bates, remember? And then they finally put him in, and he did good.
Yep. For a couple seasons.
Yeah. By the way, hats off to Ryan Bates. It's going to go to Chicago and have a chance to start. I give him, I'm happy for that guy.
Also, Teller. I was all on board for Teller. I like Teller.
Oh, I loved Teller.
And I think a lot of Bills Mafia after his year one with us were like, hey, Teller. Like we were like, hey, that guy looks like yay. But apparently Bobby Johnson and McDermott thought different. And
what the hell does McDermott know about offensive line play?
Don't
ask him.
I have no idea. Oh man.
Oh yeah, no. It's fun. It's fine. It is what it is. Teller went off and became.
Yeah. What can you do?
Teller actually landed in a better spot for his career because he landed with Callahan. Callahan's one of the best offensive line coaches there is. So it was nice to see him go and become the All-Pro that we hoped he could be for Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah, always trying to find the right combo for O-line. Nice to see we're only taking depth today. Yeah, like last year, our starting five started every game.
Yeah,
now, during the game, we had Edwards come in a couple times, and then we had Vandermark come in for Dion when he almost ripped off his finger. But outside of that, like all our guys played all year long. It was awesome.
Yep. Yeah, I think Colin Cowherd brought that up a couple times last season. Was like, man, this team's offensive line's been together all year long.
He's like they finally found a running game. Because that was Colin's big thing about the Bills and Sean McDermott. He's like, he's been there 7 years and he hasn't figured out how to get a running game for Josh.
Right. And we finally figured out why. Because our offensive line actually
was
opened some holes, right?
Yeah.
And
Josh always makes them look better when they do whiff. He figures it out. But from a run standpoint, I also think it has to do with the scheme. They changed the scheme.
That's true. Yeah. Yep.
Like we talked about the archetype the Bills like, right? When we drafted Torrance. That's why I didn't think we'd take him. We saw a lot more man, they just maulers.
Yeah.
Get up in
and
there.
I think this year too, the run game can even be better because of the receiving blocking element of it. Like those guys are we got a big team. Like a big, physical, fast team, man. Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm telling you, I think people are really sleeping on this offense because they just are. I think they are looking at it as we lost Diggs and Davis, and that's it. Like these guys are not going to be able to get it done. Joe Brady, like I think Joe Brady. This is exactly what Joe Brady wanted, and this is like a team like this, a physical team that has some speed as well, that can block downfield. Get that running game going, get it balanced, more balanced. And I'm telling you, I think this offense is going to surprise a lot of people, man, that are doubting us. Not me. I think this offense is going to be just fine. And I think it's going to, matter of fact, I think it's going to look good. I think Josh is going to flourish in it.
Me too.
And unless something crazy happens and these guys are just total disappointments, which I just don't see happening, we're going to be just fine.
Yeah. Listen, they're going to talk all this shit in the offseason, then they're going to be like, oh, the Bills are just running through people like they do every year. They change their tune. Like they've been on, you know, like they've been on the bandwagon this whole time.
Absolutely.
You know, it's just, Tommy, this one's for you.
Yeah. Hello, Tommy. Next Sunday on July 7th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time during Cicero Got Talent. I'm going to be performing Wagon Wheel by Darius Rucker, singing and playing my ukulele.
Good luck.
On what? What is that? What is what do you put that back?
Something Got Talent?
Is that like on a TV or something like that? Put it in the chat again because I'm just curious because I don't know what that is. But if it's on TV or something, for sure, let me know. Let everybody know your name. Like what, you know, if it's something that we can watch. Because for sure, I'll watch 1 p.m. No doubt.
And good luck. You know,
absolutely.
Anybody who has the guts to get up there and do something like that, I tip my cap.
Darius Rucker from Hootie and the Blowfish, correct?
He was Hootie and Blowfish.
Right.
He doesn't even like to talk about it. He doesn't like talking about the Tootie days at all.
I love Hootie and the Blowfish.
He doesn't like talking about them at all.
Except they're Dolphin fans.
Yeah. According to the Bills, the media, Bills have regressed for the past 4 or 5 off seasons. Yeah. Yet last year we were the number 2 seed, but we regressed so freaking much.
Terrible.
We were terrible. Like no one talks about that. They're like, oh, and the Bills lost. We were the 2 seed last year. What the hell are we talking about?
Almost the 1. We almost got the 1.
Yeah.
We were very close. Wasn't like we barely squeaked into the playoffs.
No. Like I think it's because we had such a tight division race.
Yes. Yeah.
That it became that, but we were the freaking 2 seed.
Right.
What the hell are they talking about?
And if we beat Philly, we should have.
Or Denver.
Right. Like
or the Jets.
It could have been totally different,
like,
man.
We shot ourselves in the foot so much last year.
We did. Absolutely.
So much.
Yeah.
Rudy was a hoot. Yeah. You know. He says it's our town in our state of Indiana. Okay. So it's not on TV.
Okay, thing. Well, good luck. Good luck, man. Good luck to you.
Let us know how it goes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You want to get to this real quick?
Yeah. Let's jump in.
All right, let's do it. Let me is that too big right now or no?
I have no idea. I can't.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay. So this is ESPN ranked each Bills position group ahead of the 2024 NFL season. This is defense only. Offense isn't out yet. Okay. All right, and then you got an ad playing there.
So let's know what the defense of 53 is too. You know what I mean?
So here's edge defenders.
Tommy.
25th. Yeah.
I'll be interested to know what the for the 53, what our defense of 53 is. I'm waiting for that to come out too.
Oh yeah, that will. Yeah. So we'll probably have that both next week. By the way, they'll probably have
the offense of this and the defense of the other.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, they do. Remember last time they did that. So, yeah.
20-0, baby. You know.
Yep. So 25th.
Yeah.
They got the edge defenders. What do you agree or disagree?
Disagree. 25th.
That's what they got.
They're just shitting on Rousseau.
ESPN seems to really hate the Bills. I gotta say,
they do.
Like every time we read one of these, they have us like at the bottom in almost every category.
I think there was somewhere right now, depending on what Vaughn is. Without Vaughn, you take Vaughn out, they're probably sitting right around 15, 12 to 15.
I think that's fair. Because you got
25th? That's just shitting on all
that's
of
terrible.
Them. God,
that's terrible. Horrible. Yeah. And AJ is coming back, and he should be even he should take another step forward. He's still young.
Okay.
You got Gregory Rousseau, who's been taking step forward. Now he hasn't taken a huge step forward, but I expect him to take at least a step forward, if not maybe a major, a couple steps forward, a leap, and be that guy that we're all expecting. So I think they're wrong here. I definitely think they're wrong, and I think Von Miller could come back and have himself a 6 to 8 sack season, maybe 7 to 10.
I think he's in double digits.
Okay. I love it.
I was watching his workouts.
Okay. Looking good.
Dude's moving.
Oh, you heard it first here from Mr. Mikey.
Moving. Now it's just workouts, but they're like he's moving like he was moving before.
Okay. I like it.
I do think he gets double digits. However, what I was gonna say was you go back and you look at that, it's just Groot was top 10 in pass rush, win percentage. I think what was he top 10 in pressures? Like they're just crapping on him. Like we have nobody. 25th? You mean we're only better than 7 other teams? Really?
I mean, God. Listen, ESPN, I'm telling you, man, they have it out for us, man. They have it out for us for sure.
What's going on, Don?
Hey, what up? All right, defensive tackles. What do you think? 18. I was gonna say guess 18. What do you think?
Wow, Roy, man, Roy's not feeling the Bills this year either.
Ooh, Roy, you got to remember though. You remember Roy last year though?
Yeah.
So Roy goes the opposite direction.
Yeah.
When it comes to the Bills, he's a huge Bills fan, but he likes to play that card just in case, because I think he's scared to play the opposite way. The Bills are going to be good, really good in the offense. He likes,
I'm with you,
which
Scott.
is great, which is fine. Yeah,
I'm with you, Scott. I do think Vaughn wins comeback player of the year. I think he gets double-digit sacks, wins comeback player of the year. Oh God, yes, they're such haters. They've because they were the ones that were on the Josh Allen will never be anything, and they had to eat crow.
Absolutely, yeah.
And they hated it.
Mm-hmm.
Our interior defensive line is 18. I mean, it's better than 25, but Jesus.
Right. It's
Daquan was borderline all pro until he got hurt, and Ed Oliver was one of the top 10 defensive tackles in football last year. What are we talking about? And we got better depth.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would say our interior defensive line is anywhere from 8. I would say no lower than 15. But that's saying that the other two guys don't do anything that we signed. And we drafted a young kid.
Yeah, and I think he's going to be a really good too.
I would love to see who they have above us.
Yeah, I would like to see the list. They don't have it though here, but
yeah.
Linebackers, what do you think? Before I get to the grade, what do you
20?
think they have it?
They haven't said anything nice about us.
So you're going 20? All right, let's see. Here we go. Oh, they got a 6th.
I'm not sure we're the 6th best. I think we are top 5.
Okay. Top 5, but they're close. This is about as close as so far ESPN's got for you.
Can you think of 5 teams that have better linebackers than us?
No, not when. Listen, the way that Milano and Bernard got off to the season last year in 2020, both those guys were definitely Pro Bowl locks, if not all pros. I mean, they were man, Mikey. People are talking about Matt Milano should be, talked about like some of the best linebackers out there, and he wasn't a lot. And he got hurt. It sucks. Yeah, Warner, exactly. But injuries are injuries.
Yep.
And Milano has, unfortunately, for as much as I love him, man, yeah, dude. We need him healthy.
So hard. Yeah.
I know, but man, we need him on the field. It just sucks.
The 3-4 defenses have their edge rushers, linebackers. Maybe that's why. That's the only way I can think of us not having, I mean, outside of our top 2, okay, we don't have great depth behind our top 2. Maybe people have better depth, and that's why they're doing it. But our top 2 is as good as anybody's top 2.
Absolutely.
And Roy with Josh Allen hasn't won MVP yet, so ESPN's correct. He's nothing.
Being sarcastic. Yeah. All right, corners. If you had a guess, ESPN rank
12.
You're saying 12 is what they're going to give us?
Yes.
9.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, I
am corners. Too. Because I think our 2 starters are really good. I think they're top 10.
Mm-hmm.
I like Elam's upside. I am horribly scared of our CB4. If it's Jamarcus Ingram, oh my God,
and for some reason they like him. They do. McDermott has like something about Ingram.
Makes me want to throw up thinking about him.
But I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
I think 9's good.
That's fair. That's probably one of that and the linebackers so far.
I'm good with that.
Safeties. What do you think they're going to have? Oh, God.
I'm thinking we're in the 20s. I think they're putting us in the 20s because we lost both Hyde and Porter.
24.
Like I knew we were going to be in the 20s. And I can't even, because I have no idea what our safety is going to be.
I'm with you there. We have no idea what the rookie's going to be like just yet. I like what I saw from him in college. But you're right, and we also too. Not only that, Rap. I like him, but he was a depth guy last year. He was a rotational guy. Now he's going to have to start.
Mike Edwards, the other guy.
Yeah, Edwards as well.
He was a depth guy who had to come in as depth and then end up getting some starting. It'll be interesting to see what they do with our second round pick Bishop. It's why I think if there's any one person that we can sign that could truly be a real game changers is Simmons, because we're not sure what our safeties are going to be.
I agree with that. Totally agree with that. So I'm cool with that. I think they're being fair.
I'm not sure that they're going to be that bad, but that's fine.
Yeah, but for now, I understand the question.
We don't know what they are. Yeah, we don't know what they are. So I'm good. I'm okay with that. That was like one of I was okay with 3 of them.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
but man,
they crapped on our defensive line.
They absolutely
crapped on our defensive line.
They have no faith in our defensive line.
Rap is a friendly fire guy, and that's the only thing that makes me hesitant. Like if he wasn't so reckless, I think he could be really good. Like I was a fan of him coming out. I wanted us to draft him coming out of Washington.
Yeah.
I liked Mike Edwards. I wanted us to draft him coming out in the mid rounds. So it doesn't surprise me that we got those guys, because those are guys that Bean looked at as well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the D room should rank higher than the safety room? Yes, absolutely. I think our DN room should rank higher than our safety room. That is crazy. Such disrespect.
Wow, right?
Disrespect.
It's wild. It's wild.
Such disrespect.
But that's what they do, man. I'm telling you guys. Listen, life is a Bills fan, man. Life is a Bills fan, and that's why you don't, you don't take that to heart. Like these, what these projections are, what they rank us, or how they have us. We're gonna be 4th this year. I'm sure someone's gonna have us winning 8-7 games. You watch when they come out with their early predictions. There's going to be somebody. The Bills are going to be, 3rd place in the division. You'll see.
So
a lot of hate.
ESPN did a thing today of what quarterback would you start your franchise with, but you can't be Patrick Mahomes, right?
Oh, okay, that's interesting. What they got? Who anybody?
Joe Burrow. CJ Stroud. There was 4 of them. It was Joe Burrow, CJ Stroud, Jordan Love. I think we're the 3, and CJ Stroud was taken twice.
Wow.
No Josh, no Lamar. Jordan Love, CJ Stroud, and Joe Burrow.
Disrespect. But hey, it's all right. That's all right. It is
total disrespect. Listen, they've been disrespecting us all offseason. Let them keep.
Yep. Those guys will jump right back on board. They all do.
Yeah.
Y'all saw like that's why I don't like Chris Sims anymore. I think he's so phony, bro. I think he's one of the biggest phonies out there. He is such a bro. That guy will flip-flopper. That guy will hate on us for a second, and then when we're doing good, he's great. Oh, they're so great. Josh Allen, he does his goofy songs. And then, the next thing we lose a couple games were the worst things ever. And he is such a bro. I can't stand him. He's so fake, bro. He's so fake.
The Bills were supposed to end up in 3rd last year in our division.
I remember the year before. I remember, I think the only year they had us. Yeah, the only year I think was the year that everyone predicted us to go to the Super Bowl, and that was 2022, right?
Yeah, 2022, the year after the 13 seconds.
That was the only year I think that like a lot of media did get behind the Bills, and but other than that, if you go back, really, I remember Mikey in 2021 after we did really good in 2020. If you remember that, I remember listening to in the offseason how we weren't. It was a fluke. It was because there was no fans, right? Josh Allen he won't be able to repeat what he did on the completion percentage. You remember all that. I remember all that talk. We weren't going to be in first place again. It was going to be like, I think they were picking the Dolphins. Every year since then. The only year 2022 was, I can remember them picking us. But 2023, same thing. It was supposed to be the Jets. Some had the Dolphins.
Jets and the Dolphins over us.
Yep. So,
oh, by the way, speaking of the Dolphins, we didn't even touch on the whole Tua saga.
Oh, that's getting a little wild. Go ahead, Mikey.
They won't offer him market value at all. Like, I don't know what they're offering him, but they're like, is he even going to report?
That's what I'm hearing too. That's wild, right?
Like, Dolphins fans are like borderline freaking out because they got Mike White. Like, this is supposed to be the year they went all in.
I don't know. Like I told you, man, that's a tough situation they're in. Because I know they're thinking the same thing we are, Mikey. I'm telling you. Or they would have paid him. It would have been a no-brainer by now. They would have said, "Yep, here we go. Young, he's still young. He had a really good season, led the league in yards, whatever. Completion percentage is high. Like, yeah, let's do it. Like, we're on a runner. We have the guys in place for him. We got the receivers locked up now. I don't think they're comfortable because I don't think they think he can stay healthy.
I don't think they think he's good.
No, I don't think that. I think they think he's good in that system.
Drafted him.
Yes, but I think that has stopped since last. I don't think they think
it stopped because they got in trouble tampering with Brady.
Well, that too. But I think when I think when McDaniel came into play and he built a team that is perfect for the way Tua plays, I think now that is stopped. I think the owner is understanding now. Okay, like he fits in his system. We got the guys that's perfect for him. McDaniel's making it work.
The lack of contract offer tells me everything I need to know. They don't trust him.
That too. You might be right. You might be right as well too. What if we what if McDaniel doesn't work out? What if it's a bad season and we have to let McDaniel go? Now we have to put a new offensive coach in with a different system, whatever. And how is he going to play under that new system that's not a McDaniel? I mean, you're right. You might be right. But for me, though, my main concern, and I get where you're going, I still am going with this guy almost retired a year ago. He had thoughts about stepping away because he was so worried about his future. Yes, about concussion. He's going to get concussed again, Mikey. That every player goes through.
Especially now that
he's a quarterback.
Lost weight again.
Yes, and he's a quarterback. They all get banged up. They all take that brutal hit. It's going to happen sometime again, and will that play a part again in his thinking, now that I got a guaranteed pay? Like, that's what I'm telling you, that definitely plays a part of it. That would be my biggest concern. Like, damn, I just paid this guy $175.
Okay, that's what your concern is. What do you think Miami's concern is? That's your concern.
I think that's part of it.
You think that's what
I think that plays a part of it. I think there's multiple things that plays a part of it. I definitely do. I think that's a part. I think what you said is a part. Like, can he fit? What if the coach doesn't work out? We get a new system. Can he fit in a different system?
Can we fit a $50 million quarterback?
Yeah. Also,
into the cap?
They're also and they're also going to look at what has he done against above 500 teams. He's
Nothing.
had Nothing, right? Bad record, right? He's a bad winning record.
Very bad.
Interceptions, costly interceptions. They're going to look at that too. Like, has he come up in clutch moments, big games against better teams? Last year, disaster. That's all anyone talked about last year, remember? And he's still going to get it done. Like, Dolphin fans kept saying, "Oh, that's that people to keep saying that." Well, guess what? It happened all year. It never changed. They could not beat a team over 500.
Not only that, but they have that. They come out hot, and then they have that,
and they cool down. That cool down process.
In this season collapse, they do it every year.
Yeah.
Finn, what's the franchise tag? I think it's like 52 because it's the top 5. And I think the top 5 are making 55 right now. Like the top 3 guys are making 55, and then
yeah.
I think he's like 52, 51 or 52.
Bro, I looked at the top paid quarterbacks the other day.
Mm-hmm. Josh is 11.
Somebody asked me. Yeah, somebody asked me. I couldn't believe that
Patrick Mahomes,
Jared Goff is freaking 3rd or something like that.
He's making like 52.
And number 1 is Lawrence.
Lawrence and Burrow both.
Burrow tied for bro. That's
55
crazy.
A year.
That is wild.
And then you have Goff, and then you have Hurts.
Herbert's up there.
Yeah, they're all in like the 50s.
Josh is 11. Yeah, and Mahomes 10, I think, right? Or 9.
Yeah. I think he's 9 now because they redid his contract.
Wild
money around. Yeah.
So Tua's wanting to be in that top tier.
He said the market's
he's trying to get 50-55, bro. Yep. I just don't know if they're gonna do it, man.
Like, listen, I can get behind. Like when Josh got his, he didn't get more than Mahomes. He shouldn't have gotten more than Mahomes.
Right.
Mahomes is the leader.
Correct.
He signed his right after Mahomes signed his. So I totally get that. I would have understood if Miami didn't want to give him Joe Burrow money. Mm-hmm. He hasn't done anything. Joe Burrow's been to a Super Bowl. He's been hurt a bunch, but he's been to a Super Bowl.
Absolutely. And he beat the Chiefs too to get there.
Yeah. Trevor Lawrence. Well, he didn't beat the Chiefs.
Well, he did, but he was a quarterback of a team that beat the Chiefs. So either way, he did beat the Chiefs. Yeah.
Yeah. His team beat the Chiefs.
Correct.
He didn't play that great, but at the end of the day,
got the job done.
The job done. Trevor Lawrence doesn't hold any statistical over Tua at all.
No.
Like, you want to talk about, Goff. Goff's been to a Super Bowl. I understand why they gave him the 50.
And we were close last year.
Yep. Hurts been to a Super Bowl. I get it. So Tua wants those money because his he thinks that with the Lawrence one stands out that ruined everything. If Lawrence would have taken in the 40s, that's what Tua would have had to take. But with Lawrence getting 55, Tua's management team's like, hey, my guy's better than that guy.
Exactly. Look what I've done in my career compared to him. Look at the stats. Yep. I agree.
This year's 35. What's 35? The franchise tag is more for quarterbacks is more than 35. It's the average of the top 5 quarterbacks.
Yeah, they're getting broken off right now, man.
Like 35 is less than what Daniel Jones is making. The franchise tag is more than that.
That was a terrible contract, by the way. Daniel Jones.
But it's looking better and better every freaking day.
But I don't think he's going to be the long.
Dak's asking for 60.
Bad. I know. Wow. It's wild, man. These contracts are only going to get bigger and bigger, man. That's what she said.
I don't think any quarterback should make more than 40 per year. It's crazy, but the cap keeps going up. Cap keeps going up means quarterbacks make more. Yep. Players make more in general.
But that's when GMs have to make the decision, though. That's the tough part because you get rid. Let's say you don't pay Tua. Okay, what's your backup plan? Mike White, you got it,
and he holds all the cards.
All right, there is no plan right now. You have no quarterback that can go in and lead that team.
Sage Thompson, right? Is that his name?
Skylar Thompson. Yeah, they're right, 3rd-year guy. Yeah, no, it would be Mike White.
Remember, he almost beat Buffalo.
Yeah, I remember. I was so freaking angry. But we got the job done either way. But yeah, McDermott, what happened there, bud? Unacceptable. Cannot have Skylar Thompson beat you.
Yeah. What is the?
Yeah, that was scary. That would have been. Let me tell you something. If they would have won that year with Skylar Thompson, Dolphin fans would have never let us down.
McDermott might not be here.
Right. You're right. Yeah. That would have stung a lot, bro. I think that one might have hurt more than. I don't know. It might hurt more than some of these other playoff losses, bro. Well, it didn't happen.
So the transition tag is 35.3. This year, the franchise tag's 42.16. I just looked it up. And next year, it's going to go up even more because of all the new contracts that's signed for quarterbacks.
There you go.
Linebackers 25 for franchise because of the edge rushers that are considered linebackers. That's crazy.
Going up and up.
Franchise tags, man. Wide receivers are 24.7 and offensive line is 24.7 now.
Damn. Offensive line getting broke off too.
Yeah. So, okay. Cool.
All right. Well, I think that's it, man. I think that's it, guys. Once again, a show where we just kind of rambled on for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And you guys helped along. You guys definitely helped us ramble on here. We got into some cool things, but other than that, this is what off-season Buffalo Bills football talk is all about. Just random bullshit talk.
We are less than a month away from.
Oh, it's very close. It's very close.
Camp. We're like what?
And we still got that 53 we're gonna do.
Yep.
That we still got a plan for. So
yep,
we're gonna do that soon, right, Mikey? I would say in the next.
I'd say like the 12th or the 19th.
Okay, so the next couple of weeks, really.
Yep.
About 2 weeks away, guys, from that 53. That'll be fun.
So I say we do it on the 12th, the 53 on the 12th, and then on the 19th, right before training camp starts, we look at doing our way too early 53, projection.
Okay. Now, by the way, now that everyone's kind of still here in the chat before we go, we didn't really talk about, remember we were going to mention it. So, guys, me and Mikey came up with this idea. Now, we're going to get more into detail later on as me and Mikey figure out the point system. But this 2024 Buffalo Bills season, we're going to have a kind of a contest, I guess, for you guys out there. Now, me and Mikey are going to play along, but it's going to be whoever wants to play, you can play. And it's going to be the winner gets a $100 gift card at the end of the season. So it's going to be a point system. We're going to have, Josh Allen by yards and touchdowns. You're going to pick 2 players for each game and on offense, right, Mikey? I think we're going with 2 on offense and 2 was it 2 on defense? And then we're going to have a kicker stat line. How many field goals?
We'll figure it out. Then. I don't have to be everyone picking.
Yeah. So
crazy.
Once we figure out the point system, guys. So it's basically you're going to pick a couple players for each game, basically in a nutshell, and it's going to be points in that game.
Project your stats.
Correct. And then at the end of the year, whoever had the most points will win a $100 gift card, and we will send you that $100 gift card. So basically that's how it's going to work. So once we get everything detailed and figure it out, like how the point system is going to work, we'll give it to you. So
yes, you are, Roy. You are consistent, and I love that about you, brother.
He is.
Just be you. So yeah, we'll get that all set up. What we'll be doing is we'll be talking about it and putting it out on our preview shows.
You know what we'll do? You know what maybe we can do, Mikey? We'll put it on a slide, like one of your slide that you do, where it goes on the screen, where it just says the rules and what you do each week.
And then we'll update the board, and then on our shows
every Friday, exactly,
every Friday
or before the game, exactly, whatever game's coming out.
I won't be doing it. I don't do pre-game, so. For me, if you want me to be doing the updates, it will be.
No, I'm just saying on Friday Night Lights we could do it. We could do the update.
Friday night.
The games are usually Sunday or Monday. You know what I mean? Now, if it's a Thursday game, we'll do it Monday. You know what I mean? Because once season kicks off, we'll be on twice a week. So we'll have that advantage to do that. But yeah, it's basically a point system, guys. Basically, that's all it is. And once we get everything worked out in detail, if you guys want to play, it's free. Who gives a fuck? Play.
Yep.
If you don't, you don't. But you got to put your picks in each week.
Yep, and I love it. We'll bring this back to you guys. In the coming weeks, it's gonna be fun. See if you can beat Tommy and I, because Tommy and I will be making.
Yeah, we're gonna play exactly. So me and Mikey are gonna play with you guys in the game. We won't win the gift card. Even if Mikey wins, has the most points, it don't matter. It's gonna be the highest amount of points for the chat.
I do want to win.
Mikey does want to beat you, guys.
But I do want to beat you.
But I do want to win. I do too. Yeah, I do too. So
Jason comes in and says, if Tua doesn't get signed, watch Miami call Brady. Brady's making so much money with that Fox deal. He ain't going back to play football. Ain't happening.
What does it say here? If Tua doesn't get signed, watch Miami call Brady. No. Brady's making so much money. He got like a $350 million Fox deal or something like that. Yeah, no, he's not stepping.
He's making so much money as a commentator starting this year.
Miami, if they don't sign,
it, brother.
Yeah, if they didn't sign Tua, they would just have to. And if Tua held out for some reason, they'd have to deal with White for 1 year, and then they would have to probably go out and figure out who's a free agent and pay him, or draft someone. But drafting someone might set them back, man. I mean, they'd have to tank it.
When I win, she just wants her monthly subscription. That's it. You know what? Maybe we do something like that, and we throw out a few of those monthly subscriptions.
Yeah, maybe like a second and third or something like that.
Yep. We'll
but either way, the gift card is definitely going to happen. The $100 gift card will be for the winner because it's a long season, man. 18 weeks, 17
It's gonna be fun.
So
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah, definitely. So that's it, man. That's it for the night, guys. We appreciate you guys being here once again. Friday Night Lights. I know there's not a lot, news and stuff, but it's always fun to chat with you guys. So, Mikey, any last words before you get out of here?
Go Bills.
Go Bills. Damn right. All right, we're out of here, man. Go Bills. Peace.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.